the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about the fifth phase of general elections. Any editorial related to elections, already have done a few editorials, will touch where exactly the fifth phase and the voter turnout, the parties, which party has the strength, the strategies, all these aspects. Let us start with the question, what is the enrichment? Comprehension skill, now it is a familiar topic. It should be very easy for you guys to understand today's editorial. And many words, though I have brought 10 plus words, many words are quite easy already. We have got rather familiar words. Grammar consolidation, only a few times the writer has used present perfect tense in active voice. Effective English, a few important idioms are there you are going to learn. And mini mocks also, we are going to spend time on new exam topics. When you ask the question, good morning, Prajwal. When you ask the question, what is this editorial about? What is the answer you're going to get? This editorial discusses the dynamics of the fifth phase of the 2024 general election, emphasizing the crucial role of women voters. Easy to understand, it is all about the dynamics of the fifth phase of general election. In this fifth phase of general election, the editorial says one particular group, crucial, vital, important. Which group is that? Women voters. What is the tone? The tone of the editorial is analytical and informative. The editorial has not taken a stand as such, fully, in my opinion, not even analytical, in my opinion, informative. It provides information about what exactly, here and there analysis, but 80% I would say the major chunk, the lion's share, informative. Let us go to editorial vocabulary, not too many words and not tough words. The very first word, splinter. Every word has, good morning. Every word has the literal meaning, the primary meaning, the secondary meaning, the tertiary meaning. Here I have brought the literal meaning of the word splinter as a noun. A small, thin, sharp piece of wood, glass, or metal also, or similar material broken off from a larger piece. From a large piece of wood, a small piece, thin and sharp piece comes off, that we call splinter. She got a splinter in her finger from the wooden fence. All these are new words, sherd, sliver, fragment, familiar, chip, piece, but these two words you have to remember. We don't use regularly. Antonyms, a whole, chunk, mass, slab, block. Generally we say major chunk. And here you have to remember one idiom. What is it? Lion's share. He always wants the lion's share. Means what? He wants a major share, he wants a major chunk. And here, context of the editorial does not talk about this meaning. And the part of speech also used as adjective. Splinter group. And what is the word it goes with? Group or party. Adjective, either party or group. Meaning changes. That's right. Very good. Who is this? Shubham. Look at the example. She got a splinter in her finger from the wooden fence. But in the context of the editorial, the major party divided into splinter groups, means small parties. Apathy, an important word, part of speech, noun. Lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. The student's apathy towards his studies was evident in his poor grades. Obviously, student is not interested in studies. You can't expect high grades. The student will inevitably get poor grades. Indifference, disinterest. Indifference, detachment, one group. Disinterest, lethargy. Lethargy means a very lazy. and unconcern, one group rather. Interest, enthusiasm, passion, important word. Concern, excitement. Usually, I tell students when you want to learn something, you need to have interest, you need to be interested. I also tell students if you ask a question, who is the best teacher in the world? The answer is interest is the best teacher. When you're really interested in something, you will be able to learn on your own. Interest is the best teacher. Do remember. Append an important word, part of speech verb, to turn something on its end or upside down. Generally, we say turn something upside down. The sudden wind gust upended the picnic table. Picnic tables are made of plastic, light, and strong wind, they turn upside down. Pathos, feeling. Okay, good. Synonyms overturn, invert, flip, topple. Topple goes more with the government. Capsize goes more with, you have to know the word combinations. Here it goes with topple the government. The government has been toppled, one combination. Capsize goes more with the boats, ships. When the boat goes upside down, we say the boat capsized. But it also sometimes goes with buses. But there's an important idiom. You have to know that. What is that? Turn turtle. Have you heard of this any time? Turn turtle. Turn turtle means to go upside down. The bus turned turtle. The car turned turtle means it went upside down. Antonyms stabilize, set right, upright, support, steady. Simple words. Faction. Faction can be a noun, can be an adjective, but there's another noun form. What is it? Factionism. Factionism, a particular region is known for that, meaning a small organized dissenting group. Dissent means oppose. Within a larger one, especially in politics. Here, a different meaning. The committee was divided into factions with opposing viewpoints. Synonyms clique, an important word. Sect goes more with religion, division, block, group. Antonyms unity, agreement, coalition, alliance to one group, these two. And concord goes more with grammar, harmonious relationship. Factionism, based on that, you have to know something about a particular expression. What is it? Blood feud. Blood feud, factionism based on blood feud. Blood feud, have you heard of this any time? Imagine, actually, this goes with tribal people. One tribal group, another tribal group. This group kills one person in this group. Then the group may kill not the same person, someone, anyone in this group. That is known as blood feud. It goes generations down the line. Extant, important word for two reasons. One reason you have to immediately recollect the word extent. You have heard of that? Good. Are you interested? I may ask the question. You may say yes. Then I may ask the question, to what extent? Your answer, to a great extent. Extent talks about range. But here, what is the word? Extant, part of speech adjective. Still in existence or surviving. Many of the ancient manuscripts are still extant, means still surviving, still they are there. Existing, surviving, remaining, living, present. Antonyms extinct, an important word. Destroyed, lost, gone, non existent. First, we'll take the word manuscript. Manuscript, it comes from manual. Manual means what? Using hands. Based on that, manuscript means handwritten. Handwritten. And here you have to recollect, you all know I'm a left-hander. The word for left-handers, southpaw. Some people can use both their hands. What is the word for those people? Ambidextrous. From the word, very good, southpaw, busy life, yes. Written by hand, yes, Vamsi. Defunct, for which one? Here, ambidextrous. Ambi means a two. Dexterous comes from dexterity. Dexterity means a skill. Skill in using both the hands, ambidextrous. Important words. And extinct, you have to recollect. It goes with wildlife, flora and fauna. Initially, a particular species endangered. We don't try to protect that particular species, endangered species. Then what happens? It becomes extinct, disappears from the planet Earth. Important words. I've given many a time. Herald is an important word. It has two different meanings. One meaning goes with a person, but usually we don't use in that sense. Other meaning we usually take into consideration. What is the first one? An official messenger bringing news. It goes with a person, an official messenger bringing news, but that is not the meaning usually we try to convey. When we say herald, a person or a thing, usually a thing, viewed as a sign that something is about to happen. You consider something as a sign for something else to happen. Then you say herald. The robin type of bird is often considered a herald of spring. When you see the bird robin, it is like a herald of the spring season. Means it's a signal. Exactly. Very good. Shubham. It's a signal. Spring season is going to come. When you see the word spring, you have to be on your toes. You have to be alert. Tell me why. Why is the word spring important? I will give you a few minutes. In the meantime, synonyms: messenger, forerunner, precursor, harbinger, an important word. Announcer. Antonyms: receiver, follower, descendant, success, epilogue, important word. Though it doesn't go with this group. No one has responded. Why is it important? If you take English people, when they saw certain things, they were awestruck. Awestruck means impressed. Anything that expresses power and strength, they considered masculine gender. Example: summer, winter, death, time, the sun. When they saw something, imagine that thing expresses beauty and grace, they attributed the feminine gender. Examples: nature, earth, moon, spring season, autumn. Many exams, they have given a question like this, an important one. The spring has its own beauty. Answer my question: is this right or wrong? Here, when I say spring, I mean the spring season. The spring has its own beauty. Is this sentence right or wrong? It is wrong. Why is it wrong? Spring season is considered feminine. Then, based on that, you cannot say its own season. You have to say her own, its own beauty. Not correct. You have to say her own beauty. Wrong, wrong. Yes, Mahesh, busy life. What is Vijay Lakshmi also? What is the correct sentence? The spring season has her own beauty. If you ask her why should we use her, because it is considered feminine. An important thing you have to recollect. Consecration, an important word. It was in the limelight a few weeks ago. The action of making or declaring something sacred. Sacred, holy, divine. The consecration of the new church was a solemn ceremony. Sanctification, dedication, blessing, hallowing. These are new words. Other words are familiar words. But whatever is new, you should spend some time after the session. Only then you remember. If you are not doing that, in a way, you are wasting your time. I would like to caution you guys. Whatever we do here, don't take in isolation. These are complementary to your language proficiency, which is essential, important, indispensable from the exam point of view. When you come across words, familiar ones, happy. Unfamiliar new words after the session, you have to make your own examples, streamline the information, and write separately, revise regularly. Only then you remember. By listening to someone once, we cannot remember. We are not like computers, input, process, output. It doesn't happen. Exactly, holy, sanctify. And these two words, this one we have come across for the first time. Hallow is also an important word. What is the reason? You have to recollect another word. Hollow. Hollow is different, hallow is different. Hollow, an important word. Hollow, everyone knows, not solid. Antonyms: desecration, defilement, profane. From that, you get the word profanation, important word. And this is not that important, in a way related. Blasphemy, they have given many a time. These two words are important. Pure also you can say. Pure, impure. When you take the word impure, nowadays you know when it comes to milk, they add water. Rice, they add small stones. That is known as adulteration. Adulteration means what? Make something impure. Adulteration is also an important word. Philip goes with everyday English part of speech noun, meaning something which acts as a stimulus or boost to an activity. The new regulations provided a fillip to the local economy. This word goes with policies, policy, procedure, actions, rules, regulations. Regulations has been used here. Catalyst, very good. Catalyst is a word you have to recollect. Though it is a science term, catalyst goes with chemistry, biochemistry, science term, but we use in everyday English, effective English, an agent that brings about the change, an important word. Synonyms are boost, incentive, stimulus, spur, impetus. All the words are important, you have to remember. Antonyms are deterrent, something that stops you from doing something, discouragement, hindrance, we have got so many times, obstacle, restraint. What happens? Flip is different. Flip means to turn. Philip is different. Flip is different. Who is this? Shubham. Spelling wise different. Pronunciation wise different. Flip something. Flipkart. There's a site also. That is entirely different. This is Philip. Look at the spelling. Fillip. That is Flip. You yourself have written. They are not the same. Both pronunciation are same. No. Flip, Philip. Both are different. Fortunes, part of speech noun, the success or failure of a person or enterprise over a period of time. The company's fortunes improved significantly after the new CEO took over. New CEO, the company's prospects have improved. Then we use this. But there's an important expression you have to know. What is it? Make a fortune. Make a fortune means, I will give an example, then you understand. He made a fortune selling tea, means selling tea, he made a lot of money. She made a fortune teaching French language, means teaching French language, she made a lot of money. Make a fortune means to make a lot of money in a particular field by doing something. Synonyms: fate, luck, destiny, success, wealth. All familiar words. Antonyms: misfortune, failure, poverty, loss, hardship. Simple words. In my opinion, this is an important word. It has been given a few times. Formidable. It goes with opponent. Already they have used. It goes with challenge. It goes with a task. It also goes with enemy. Formidable means inspiring fear or respect through being impressively large, powerful, intense, or capable. Yes, daunting. Shubham, very good. I appreciate. We have those words here. The team faces a formidable opponent in the championship game. Means a very strong opponent. Look at the synonyms. Intimidating, an important word. Intimidate means to frighten someone. How do people intimidate? What do they use? One, power or authority. Second, money. Third, English also. Some people are very good at English, very stylish, and with the style they make an impact. Others get a little intimidated. There are so many ways to intimidate people. Daunting goes with a task. Daunting task means I use one idiomatic expression, uphill task. Impressive, powerful, mighty. Mighty goes with a king, mighty king. Okay. Antonyms are weak, feeble, insignificant, unimpressive, trivial. Trivial means a silly. Feeble, you can also think of fragile. Yes, docile, timid go with other connotations, other contexts. Generally, timid, docile, we use with the persons, we use with animals also. And what are the opposite words? Docile, timid, opposite, aggressive. Aggressive, opposite, timid. Easy to tame, easy to control. But they are important words. Good, Vijayalakshmi. I appreciate. Though not exactly opposite or related to these, yield, an important word, it has two or three meanings. One is positive, the other is negative. Generally, what is this? Okay. Generally, yield has a positive connotation. It goes with agriculture. The yield means what? Produce, production. To produce or provide a natural, agricultural, or industrial product. This is a positive meaning. This is the second one is the negative meaning, to give way to arguments, demands, or pressure. Based on the second meaning, you have to recollect one word. It means surrender. And there's one important phrasal verb, give in. Give up is different, give in is different. Yield means to surrender. Initially, you resist, you refuse, but later you surrender, then yielded to pressure. The farm yields a good harvest each year, positive meaning. Synonyms are produce, generate, provide, positive meanings. Surrender, concede, negative meaning, second meaning. Antonyms resist, withhold, retain, oppose, defy. Defy means a challenge. Defy means what? Challenge or oppose also you can think. Have you guys got it? All these words are very important, you got to remember. That's all about the editorial vocabulary, some important words we have come across. I think I've spent about 24 minutes only on vocabulary. And I would like to reiterate, don't look at these sessions in isolation. These are part of whatever courses we are offering, and you have to integrate with your learning when it comes to English. If you isolate, if you think, okay, Hindu separately, you try to look at it, not the right approach. Integrate and vocabulary, right? Wherever you have the themes or concepts, new words you enter there. Grammar, consolidate. And like that, you have to integrate with your learning process related to English language proficiency. Let's see how it starts. What is the stimulus? A closer contest means very close contest, stiff, very tight. It is not going to be a cakewalk for the BJP. On the fifth phase of the general election 2024, what is the main idea? Women voters seem to hold the key. Hold the key, an important idiom. What does it mean? Hold the key means you can decide what to do, what not to do. You are the main person. And women voters are going to decide which party is going to come to power, which party is going to lose. Hold the key as elections reach the business end, fag end of the session. Any editorial that deals with a particular phase, do remember it touches aspects like voter turnout, where elections fifth phase held, and what are the places, the parties, turnout, and the strategies of the parties, and may compare other phases. Ball in your court, yes, that has a different connotation though. When we say the ball is in your court, that means you have to decide. But when you say you hold the key, the chairman holds the key, it talks about the decision making power as well as the authority to decide. That has a different connotation. But I appreciate your contribution. This talks about all these dimensions. Already we have done so many editorials. This is rather easy to comprehend. The fifth phase of the general election held on Monday featured contest in the fewest number of seats. How many? 49. But there's one important word from the exam point of view. Why is it important? Immediately you have to recollect two words. One is a few. It goes with countable nouns. The other one, little, goes with uncountable nouns. Not only that, you should also recollect few, a few, the few. Few means hardly anything or almost nothing. A few means at least some. The few, whatever is there or something specific. Same thing goes with a little, the little. Very important from the exam point of view. They have given many a time. So this sentence talks about when the fifth phase was held and for how many constituencies. Very small number, 49. Contrasting information, though small number, important constituencies were there, but it included heavyweight seats such as Rai Bareli, Amedi, and Faizabad in Uttar Pradesh, the urban areas of Mumbai, Thane, and Nasik in Maharashtra, the southern parts of West Bengal, which saw strong contest between the BJP and the TMC. As I said, it talks about the number, the places. This sentence is about the places, different states. And strong contest between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress, TMC, in 2019. Besides, in addition to, immediately you have to recollect the difference between besides. In one of the batches, I asked the students what is the difference between beside and besides. A smart student immediately said, "Sir, the letter S." But that is not the answer. Beside means the next to. What is beside me? There's a digital board. Besides means in addition to. I teach English besides the French. In addition to English, I teach French. That is only an example. But here, besides the TMC and BJP in 2019, besides simultaneous assembly and parliamentary polls in the southwestern seats of Odisha. Odisha, two things, assembly as well as parliamentary polls. It talks about the voter turnout now, different places. In Maharashtra, the splintering of the main regional parties, got split into small parties. In Maharashtra, the splintering of the main regional parties has made it a battleground state. So many parties, it is going to be very tight. Along with an important expression, tell me why is this important? When we add two subjects using expressions like with, along with, together with, as well as, besides, in addition to, like, unlike, so many are there, the verb agrees with the first subject. That you have to recollect. Along with Bihar, Karnataka, and West Bengal. All the four states, Maharashtra, Bihar, Karnataka, West Bengal, have become battleground states. Yes, that's right. Voter turnout in Maharashtra was relatively low when compared to the rest of the country, with Mumbai retaining its unfavorable reputation of voter apathy. Apathy, you can say. I'm sorry. It talks about the turnout in a systematic way, different places. First, Maharashtra. It was relatively low. That's what it says. Was relatively low when compared to the rest of the country, with Mumbai retaining unfavorable reputation. But based on this word apathy, you have to recollect an important expression. What is that? Political inertia. Have you heard of this any time? Political inertia. Inertia is a physics term actually. Political inertia means lack of interest in elections, votes, political system. Some people never cast a vote. Some may not take the voter ID also. Then we say political inertia. They're not interested in politics in the real sense. The Uddhav Thackeray led Shiv Sena faction counts these seats as some of its strongholds, and its alliance's performance here might well decide the course of the battle now as well as in the assembly elections later this year. It talks about the state or the scenario in the state of Maharashtra, and when you look back, it talks about Mumbai. Some places are strongholds of Uddhav Thackeray led Shiv Sena faction, and they consider the group considers these seats as some of its strongholds. On the other hand, its alliance's performance here might well decide the course of the battle. Next, they have assembly elections. Based on this, it will come to know to what extent they're going to be successful. Then it goes to the Mahavikas Agadi Mahayuti contest of coalitions has appended the traditional patterns of support basis. Appended means what? Here, present perfect tense. Appended means turn upside down. The traditional patterns of support basis singular, basis plural. That you have to recollect. Crisis, crisis, like that. For the extant parties means existing parties in the state, and this election could herald a new correlation of forces. It all depends on when the result is out, we come to know whether they're going to herald or not. Now it goes to UP. In UP, the opposition has managed to keep the contest going on issues related to livelihoods and has prevented it being a cakewalk for the BJP, which has sought to use a Ram Mandir consecration issue to register another near sweep. When it comes to the UP, what is the scenario? Opposition focused on livelihood issues. If you guys remember last time when I did, today if you look at the electorate, the voters are the primary concerns of the voters, three things. One, employment issue. Second, inflation issue. Third, infrastructure development. Based on that, the opposition focused on in UP livelihood issues, and the BJP focused on Ram Mandir consecration to register another near sweep. Last time it was sweep. This time also they are expecting near sweep based on what? Ram Mandir consecration. But last time also I told voters they are looking for they're looking at other issues. What are the issues? Problems, employment, inflation, and infrastructure development. Based on that, the editorial says this time it is not going to be a cakewalk for the BJP. What is the meaning of the idiom cakewalk? Cakewalk means damn easy. You take the exam, you come out and say it was a cakewalk. It is going to be a cakewalk. Means what? Very easy. Exactly. The opposition's focus is expected to, what is the impact of that? Give it a bigger fillip in Bihar, where Rashtriya Janata Dal leader Tejasvi Yadav's relentless campaigning, an important expression, a piece of cake you can say, relentless, it goes with youngsters like you who are preparing for competitive exams. When you prepare for competitive exams, you have to put in relentless efforts. Here, relentless campaign. But you guys have to put in relentless efforts. Only then you can expect success. Means what? Continuous efforts. Relentless campaigning on employment issues has made the elections even more competitive. Competition is going to be very close. That's what it says. The BJP now seeks to bank on. Bank on means what? Depend on. Perpetual, yes. Bank on its record in welfare delivery, expecting the support of poorer voters and women. Voter turnout in the fifth phase is in line with the trend seen in the fourth phase in UP. In line with, in tune with, same pattern being continued. Whatever we saw in the fourth phase, same thing in UP, which registered better numbers than phases 2 and 3, while preliminary trends in Bihar indicate a slight reduction compared to the previous phase. It talks about the voter turnout, some places better, some places not up to the expectations. The turnout has in general been marginally lower than what it was in 2019 across the country. First editorial talks about how it was in a particular area or two, three areas. Then a general thing across the country, relatively or marginally lower than what it was in 2019. Now it touches two states. What are the two states? Odisha and West Bengal. In Odisha and West Bengal too, women voters could be crucial in deciding the fortunes of the ruling Biju Janata Dal BJD in Odisha and the TMC in West Bengal. While turnout was relatively low in Odisha, West Bengal registered close to 73% according to early numbers. Low in Odisha, but West Bengal 73%. That is pretty good. Women outvoted men. You have to take a pause. Women outvoted men means what? More women came out compared to men. Women outvoted men in West Bengal significantly till phase 4, and the TMC would be encouraged as it depends on its women centric welfare measures. An important expression you have to use while writing descriptive essay. Student centric, women centric, customer centric, important expressions. Welfare measures to overcome the BJP is a formidable challenge. Means over there BJP very strong. Coming to Odisha, the BJD would hope that its work in mobilizing women through self-help groups will continue to yield its strong support, especially in rural areas. West Bengal based on women-centric schemes, Odisha based on self-help groups in rural areas. It ends abruptly. I don't know why. Today's editorial, though informative, ends abruptly. Abruptly means what? Suddenly. That's all about the editorial. Let us go to mini mocks. Try to get all the 5 questions based on comprehension skill, all the 5 correct. It shows that then it shows you're a good listener and you're good at comprehension skill. The very first question: what is a significant factor in deciding the outcomes of elections according to the editorial? Significant factor in deciding the outcomes, a particular group, not youth, not rural voters, not senior citizens. By mistake, I brought the answer. Answer is what? Clearly mentioned at the beginning itself: women voters. Question number 2. In which state was voter turnout relatively low, especially in urban areas like Mumbai? An easy question based on the word Mumbai. What is the answer? Shreya answered first. Where do you have Mumbai? Obviously, answer is D. In which state was voter turnout relatively low, especially in urban areas like Mumbai? Obvious answer is Maharashtra. Question number 3. What issue has the opposition in Uttar Pradesh focused on to keep the contest competitive? In UP, the opposition focused on a particular issue. What is it? And based on that, the contest is going to be very narrow, competitive, and it is not going to be a cakewalk for the BJP party. Which issue is that? Not education, not infrastructure development, not healthcare. Clearly mentioned, it is the opposition focused on livelihoods, and electorate are focusing on the primary concerns: employment related to livelihoods and inflation, infrastructure development. Answer is obviously B. Question number 4. Which two states are highlighted for having women voters play a crucial role in deciding election outcomes? Two states have been touched, and in those two states, women voters are going to decide. They hold the key. What are the two states? Women centric schemes in West Bengal and self help groups in Odisha. Where do you see Odisha and West Bengal? Answer is C, clearly mentioned in the editorial. Question number 5. Which region is mentioned as having key heavyweight seats such as Raebareli and Amethi? Easy to answer. A particular state, though the number is small, high stakes are very high. Two particular constituencies. What are the two constituencies? And where are they? Raebareli and Amethi. Which state? UP, Uttar Pradesh. Those have got all the five. Highly appreciable. Wonderful. Let us go to first error location, then fillers based, then phrasal verbs. Today, new exam topic fillers. In an abrupt change of tune, the AAP now accuses Ms. Maliwal, who had been an associate of Mr. Kejriwal for 2 decades, of being a pawn of the Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP. Where is the error? Please mention the question number. Very good, Ganesh, first one. Oh, Ganesh, you are here. It talks about 2 decades. For 2 decades, that means from the past to the present, 20 years. Based on that, you should use for this particular clause present perfect tense, not past perfect tense. Based on that, who had been is not correct. It should be who has been. Oh, wonderful. I see a few students have got it right. Question is about present perfect tense. The AAP that rose to prominent as part of a response to the decadence of politics in India is today facing the catalogue of charges it had stuck on all other parties, from corruption and nepotism to authoritarianism and toxic masculinity. First, you respond, then I will tell you what to do, how to deal with a question like this. Very good. Vijay Lakshmi, first one, got it right. The very first part, there's an error. Then you don't have to read the complete sentence. The up that rose to prominent adjective. Here we have to use a noun form. Prominent is not correct. We have to say prominence. Rise to prominence. Prominence is a noun form. We have to use a noun form. Very good. It has no organizational structures of decision making and takes often recourse to arbitrary measures. This is a bit challenging. You got to be a little careful. No one has responded. There is an error in the fourth part. What is wrong with this part? We have an adverb of frequency. Often is what? Adverb of frequency. Adverbs of frequency, there are 4 rules. The first one, we have to place it between the subject and the object. Here the subject, it has no organizational structures of decision making and often should come here. Often takes, not takes often. Ah, wonderful, Ganesh. A lot of students have got it right. That is really good. Often takes perfect. We have to use adverbs of frequency between the subject and the verb. It often takes. That's how you have to look at it. Let us go to fillers. Here the words are from yesterday's editorial, but a new exam topic, fillers. Understand the context, choose the right word. The candidate's recent failure led to a period of deep where he evaluated his strategies and decisions. The candidate's recent failure led to a period of deep what? Introspection. Very good. Self-questioning. The newspaper reported a shocking on the peaceful protesters by the security forces. Shocking what? The newspaper reported a shocking on the peaceful protesters by the security forces. Assault, lone soul, very good. Shocking assault. Assault means what? To attack physically. Answer is C. Question number 3. The CEO faced criticism for promoting his relatives, which many employees saw as a clear case of, understand the context, criticism means something negative. Based on this context, what is the right word? The CEO faced criticism for promoting his relatives, which many employees saw, keyword relatives, as a clear case of you favor your relatives and friends. What is the word for that? Nepotism. Good. We have phrasal verbs in the form of fillers, not that easy, one or two, you got to be a little careful. The criminals decided to the bank in broad daylight. Within no time, that's wonderful. Break into, not set up, not run over, take off, go over. Break into means what? To enter by force. It goes with thieves, criminals, robbers. The criminals decided to break into the bank. Means enter using force. Very good. Within no time. The police had to, the protesters who were blocking the main highway. This is a bit challenging. Question number 2. The police had to. Have to, past form had to. Obligation imposed by a situation. Bring down the protesters? No. D, bring down? No. Answer is break up. Break up the protesters means that disperse, make them get scattered or dispersed. Break up the protesters because they were blocking the main highway. B is the answer, Mahesh. Good. I think only one student chose B. The last one for the day, the group planned to the castle under the cover of darkness. The group tried to do something. Tried to do what? Look for is not correct. B, look for. Set off, no. Answer for this, storm into. The group planned to storm into the castle under the cover of darkness. Storm into means enter. A lot of people enter with the intention of capturing. Storm into. The correct D is the answer. Who is this? Okay. Good, I appreciate. That's all for today. Hope you guys have got enriched. Have a nice day. And do remember, after the session, we'll provide the PDF. Join the Telegram group. You can access the PDF. Thank you very much.